Five Nights at Freddy's is a horror game franchise made by one Scott Cawthon that features killer animatronics in a pizzeria. Now, I know you probably know all about this, especially since I already have 2 reviews on the channel based on these games, and it's a pretty well-known game franchise. But here's the thing, I reviewed FNAF 1 and Security Breach, and I'm a little bored, so I thought we'd take a look at FNAF 2, but this time I'm going back to the PS4. By the way, like FNAF 1, this might be a little shorter than usual. So this game, though named Five Nights at Freddy's 2, is a prequel. So you are Jeremy Fitzgerald, and you are going to be the new security guard in the new and improved Freddy Fazbear Pizza. But when you end up doing the night shift, you soon realise that the animatronics are alive and are coming for your ears. Oh, did I mention there are no doors? No doors. How am I meant to survive? You may be panically saying. Well, they do give you something that can trick the animatronics. An empty Freddy Fazbear mask. And there is a flashlight, which I will talk about a little later. So there is a phone guy again who talks to you at the start of each night. On night 6, you get another message telling you that the place was closed down. And there was a yellow suit that was stolen, and now none of that animatronics is right. Or acting right. And I could not get past it. Yeah, I'm going to get past night 6. This game is BS. So let's get into the gameplay. So the gameplay is similar to the first game, however it's harder and more complex. You look left and right and check the cameras, or at least in my case, or a lot of people's cases actually, one camera. You see, there is a camera where there is a music box, and it's your job to wind it up, and you have to keep winding it up through the night. And once again, there are no doors, meaning, well, you can't shut the animatronics out. But there is a flashlight and a Freddy mask. The Freddy mask can save you from animatronics like Toy Freddy, Bonnie and Chica and their old versions. But Foxy is not affected by the mask, but can also be, well, he can be stopped by flashing the flashlight at him a bunch of times. And that is the gameplay pretty much. It's not the most advanced gameplay, which I know is an understatement when it comes to these games, but it is good enough. Okay, it's good enough. So the graphics are still the same as FNAF 1, which is the norm for FNAF 1 through 3. FNAF 4 changed it up a bit, but it's also the most BS out of all the FNAF games. But what do I mean by it's like FNAF 1? Well, FNAF 1 was more like JPEGs and all of that. They weren't completely JPEGs, but you could tell it wasn't the most advanced graphics in the world. The thing that I think was the JPEG was the jump scares. But that's about it. FNAF 2 and 3 follows that up a lot. Even though the game's got more fans, the graphics didn't. They stayed the same. So I'm afraid I can't explain it better than that. Sorry guys, it's the same as FNAF 1. Well, this was a short review, wasn't it? But in all seriousness, FNAF 2 is an alright experience. But it's just too much like the first game. That is also the norm for most FNAF games. Copy and paste the first game but with some added stuff. The gameplay may have been more advanced, but in reality, when you play one of the games, it kind of feels like you've played all of them. I am not kidding, all of them. So, I'm gonna have to, well, I feel like giving it a 3.5 out of 5. It had its efforts. And it hasn't gone to the absolute annoyance of, say, FNAF 3 and 4 and some of the others. But it's still not the best, which is honestly a little sad. Now, I don't expect too much from these games, but it would have been nice if he did do the variety instead of repeating what the first game did.